Hello, welcome. Going to look at Kenner's Star Wars Droid Factory, released in 1979. What you see on the table, though, is the 1980 packaging, because the original didn't have Empire Strikes Back on the box. It just had the Star Wars branded packaging. So it was re-released just in new packaging. It's the same toy. The photo on the box is also different from the original. Original doesn't have Luke or Obi-Wan in the photo, but no action figures are included. Except R2 kind of is, because you can build them. Otherwise, it's just all these generic pieces. It's kind of a Kenner original, because there is no actual droid factory seen in Star Wars A New Hope. And since this predates Empire Strikes Back, it's not really, you could almost say maybe it looks, well, it probably doesn't look like it, but we saw all those droid parts that the Ugnaughts were working on in Cloud City when they took C-3PO apart, but really it's just an original playset for the toy line. So the back of the box has the exact same image. I'm not going to flip it over. This side does have a price tag on it of $11.99 from Bradley's. This is one of the only, maybe one of two Star Wars toys I actually have the box for still. I had wanted to make this years ago, but I couldn't find one of the parts. I still can't find it. But I decided to make this anyway. I'm missing the most important piece, I think, R2's head. I mean, we all know what R2 looks like, so I figured, oh, I can go ahead with the video even though I'm missing that. I'm missing some of the tubing as well, but that's not really important. So, there's Droid Maker blueprints. I think it's intentional. It doesn't say Droid Factory blueprints. It's just, because this is just blueprints of droids you can make. You can put the stuff together however you want. I will scan this and have it on the blog. There'll be a link in the video description if you want to look at all these a little close and slower than me, having to pause if you want to actually look at these pages. Little damage, but otherwise in decent shape. And this is just parts list. If you need to, there's no real instructions. If you're missing a part or a part's broken, Kenner would replace it for free back then, which is nice. Too bad I can't reorder the R2 top. Of course, you can buy them secondhand. I think they go upwards of $10 actually, just for the head. It's really the most important part. So what you see is just a mess of pieces, and this crane is the only thing that really has to be installed. It pops in right here. It's 6 inches there and 6 inches there. I'll give a different view before I end the video, like a forward view, so you can see it not just from overhead. And then it just rotates. You can pretend you're lifting up pieces, well, building droids by just attaching pieces to this. You can see it. The crane has these little pegs. This is how everything goes together, and you can see a bunch right here. These little things, they're just little attaching, like pieces that attach other parts. So you push one in the side, then you find a part you want. Well, this has later parts, but you could also just attach it to another big piece like that if you wanted. That's how the parts go together. Some of the parts have things on them already, like legs and arms, so you could just kind of snap one in there. And as an arm. So that's how everything goes together. You just attach this. So you can try to hook things on this, or you can just push an item into one of the pegs so that it's now hanging there and you can move it around. Yeah, there's a lot of parts in here. Like I said, R2 is really the only thing that is from the movies. These are just made up Kenner things, like these various shaped pieces. Don't really mean much. The unique thing about R2 is that you can build a 3-legged version, which is what this is, his middle front leg. The action figures don't have that. So that slides into his body here, and then These are his side parts here, his side legs, and then so that's essentially R2, like you see him in the movie when he puts down that center leg, just without the head. So here's an R2, an actual R2 action figure. It's about the same size. I think they used the same parts more or less. It looks the same stickers. Well, maybe the stickers are, and this one is slightly different. This sticker's obviously all worn off. I've got a bunch of R2s here. Yeah, I guess the stickers are different than the ones they used in the action figure. It's actually reversed. That's what it is. It's flip-flopped, so yeah, I'd see the bottom row it's in reverse. Like these blue things are on the opposite side on each side. I don't know without looking up the movie which which looks more accurate, but all the action figures actually say 1977 on the body. They just reuse the same parts every year, but these are all different. I think the worn out one's probably my original. This one a little later. You can see the plastic is more white and the silver's a little different too. And this one has the periscope. But of course they were sold separately. It's not the R2 had. There is this thing you could attach to it. It's like a, it's supposed to be some kind of computer processor thing, because it's not really a droid head, I don't think. It's not a face, but you could always put that on the R2 body. So you can build however you want. So these are attached, I have attached to the piece right now, but the wheels do need to go in one of these to attach to one of the other parts. And then you use the peg system here. You can put a couple maybe. Let's see. Makes more sense probably on this one. Could actually, there's room to put all 3 pegs. And put one there and kind of use this as its head. And you just roll it around. This is a ramp right here. That's kind of like building additional action figures or accessories. There's some treads. They don't actually roll, but attach them to like this part here. Have more like a tank type of droid. Yeah, I'm not getting the pegs in that well. There you go. It's better. Put this big guy on here. So it doesn't roll. I can pretend it does. Yeah, there's this thing too. Put that on there. I just push that down too hard. So then there's all these arms and legs. Kind of running out of places to attach them. Well, I can take this piece. Although I think it would need, well, I guess they put legs. It does have 3 slots on each side, so yeah, I'm not pushing these in far enough, I guess. Give it a couple different types of legs. Now, let me put it here so I can put arms in the front, even though this looks more like the front, but who cares? Let's see. Let's use this one. Well, I guess it's a little close to the wheel or the leg. I don't know, you could also, follow these blueprints and make whatever they say to make. That one's similar. Actually, I think that's exactly what I did right there. Oh, they do have names. This one looks about what I did is Tracto Droid. So this, yeah, they don't put any. Well, they put an arm. They put arms on this. These. Just put them in frame here. They put arms on this top part, like sideways. Call that a quad pod droid. One with wheels. Which I also built. I wasn't trying to go by the plans, but I actually use the same parts except for this thing. Call that a roll arc droid. This have what they call a mechano droid, and there's R2D2. I guess that's what you're supposed to build. So then they put like all the pieces in one big mush, calling it a monster droid. So you can do a variety of things. The tubing just kind of, there's spots like these. You can see them here. Like the tubes can attach to these little peg type parts. The sides of the legs sometimes have these too. I'm knocking parts off here, but there is more tubing than what I have here. It came with a few other tube parts. Some other oddity thing, or just stick that here. This is another type of base to stand on. And one of the stickers fell off, but so that's about it. Let me move the camera so you can see it like from the front, get a better idea of how tall it is. It's not very tall though. The base itself is 12 inches wide, 10 inches deep. Here's the front view, and I did add a bunch of action figures, as you can see, just to make it a little more interesting. I'm holding the camera, so it will be a little shaky. I'm just gonna walk forward and focus on, each of the items, different droids. So that's the R2 I created without the R2 head. A couple other creations just behind him. And some more action figures. 3 R2s, a C-3PO, a droid from Jabba's palace. Stuck a Jawa and an Ugnaught in here as well. Ugnaught's missing his blue apron. He's holding one of C-3PO's arms. C-3PO doesn't look really gold, but that's the action figure with removable limbs. And there's the crane, the piece attached to the end. Some more droids in that thing I created, just a bunch of parts. And that's it. So thanks for watching.